Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing today? Nice. That's great. We couldn't be more pleased to see another packed house. This is really unbelievable. We've done this program now. This is our 7th year, and we have dealt with pandemic. We've dealt with snowstorms. We've dealt with teacher strikes. We've dealt with a little bit of everything, and every year, everyone comes through to give us one of the most memorable days that we all have each and every day. So thank you so much for being here. With that, I can't think of a better way to kick off MLK weekend than doing this kind of a program. This is very special. We have the snow falling. We've got Sky the Lioness from the Chicago Sky with us this year. And as always, we have a Bears playoff game, right? So we are super excited for that. I know our choir and our students are really excited, and I think they got a little action running on the game. So we're all rooting for those Bears to have a great game this Sunday. So with that, I'd like to introduce myself. Good morning and welcome to our 7th annual Martin Luther King Oratory Competition. My name is Frank Pasquesi, and I have the privilege of being the managing partner of our Chicago office here in Chicago, and to have the opportunity to host this incredible event. We are so connected and privileged to honor Dr. King and his teachings and to witness the message of hope that he has brought to life. And we're going to hear it today through the voices of our incredible students today. You know, when I say things, even whether it's work or at home or in my activities, we always try to remind each other, words matter. And Dr. King really believed in the power of words. He believed that words, when they are spoken with courage, with kindness, and with truth, can change hearts, they can bring people together, and they can even change the world. And today, each of you here is doing exactly that. And as our students are going to show us, they are going to use their voices today to share ideas about fairness, respect, justice, and hope. This competition is not just about speaking clearly or memorizing a speech, which they will do, and they will do that beautifully, but it's about understanding Dr. King's message and making it your own and making it come to life. It is about standing proud and believing in yourself and having the confidence to speak up and do what is right, even when it may be hard to do. And we can't wait to hear from each of you students here today to make that message come to life. In this year's program, I'd like to kick it off with a special little event here. We are going to welcome up to the stage a beautifully talented group from the Arthur L. Dixon Elementary School. This is their choir, and they're going to come up and sing the song Stand Up. So with that, let's all give them a warm welcome for the Arthur L. Dixon Elementary School.
I've been walking where I
Wow, wow, wow. Let's hear it again for the Arthur L. Dixon School Choir. I don't know about you, but I had tingles that entire time. That was something extraordinary. Really well done. And to all of our students that are going to be doing their speeches here, you know, athletes get walk-up songs. You guys get that kind of a choir. That is a pretty special way to kick off today. So we are really looking forward to this. I'll give you a little bit of background, and we've got a few more introductions that we're going to do before we get to the actual contestants. But I just want to leave a little background. Over the fall, we had 4th and 5th grade students from a number of our schools, Arthur L. Dixon, also from the Boys and Girls Club here in Chicago, Joseph Warren Elementary, and the William Smith Elementary School, that worked diligently to prepare 3 to 5 minute speeches reflecting on this year's theme. And this year's theme is, as a student of Dr. King's life, what message of hope do you think he would have for the world today? So we asked them to tackle that issue, do some research, and prepare their personal thoughts. In December, we received a number of submissions from all of these different schools, and they competed in a semifinal round, and we had a number of our Foley and Lardner attorneys and staff and professionals work on judging to select the round of the semifinals, the winners of that round. And today we have 8 wonderful students that are ready to present in front of you. We are going to be judging them on their content, their delivery, stage presence, expression, and memorization of their materials. At Foley and Lardner, citizenship is one of our true core values, and we are deeply proud to serve as stewards in our communities every time we get a chance to. We look forward each year to bringing people together and to celebrate the next generation of leaders. And this is exactly what we're going to witness today. We are going to see the next generation of leaders from our communities here in Chicago who are going to carry forward Dr. King's powerful message of equality for all. One of the themes in our law firm and in our office is connections. We call it the 3 C's, trying to connect with our colleagues, our clients, and our communities. We try to do that every day if we can, and if you can ever do all of those together, you've really hit a home run. And when we look at an event like this couldn't be a better way to make the kind of connections that really are something we always strive to do. We are also hosting this event alongside 2 of our other offices in Dallas and in Houston. And we are united in trying to empower our student leaders to cultivate change for a brighter tomorrow. This event as well is being live streamed. This is being seen at many places around the country, at some of our corporate offices, homes, other communities, and we couldn't be more proud to get this opportunity for folks to witness these incredible young students. Today, these messages of hope that you will hear are really powerful reminders for all of us to embrace our responsibilities to our communities and to make sure each of us is doing our part to lead with integrity, trust, and respect. Before we get started with introductions of the students, I also want to recognize some very important people. Thank you to the Chicago Public School teachers and administrators. You have worked incredibly hard. Not only do you handle the regular course load at work, but you have embraced this event and these topics and added it on top of your regular curriculum. Your dedication to giving these students the tools and confidence to stand up here today on this stage is truly inspirational. So thank you to those public school teachers and administrators. I also want to give a special shout out to the Boys and Girls Club of Chicago. It is an organization that is very dear to Foley and Lardner and our office, and they are here today. Many of the representatives are here, and we have 2 students from the Boys and Girls Club, and we are really appreciative of that participation and the wonderful partnership that we have had with the Boys and Girls Club, not just here in Chicago, but nationally, is something our firm truly cherishes. And we also would like to acknowledge, of course, the parents, the guardians, the relatives, and the friends of each of these finalists. I love seeing in the room tables full of not just the student or their family, but teachers, relatives, everyone here together to support each other. That is really, truly extraordinary. It takes an incredible amount of time to do these kind of presentations, and I know how much you each do. So thank you to our parents, guardians, families, and relatives for putting that effort in to give your kids and students the chance to do this opportunity and really to let them shine on the stage today. We can't thank you all enough. So thank you all. I next want to introduce our judges. We have an incredible panel of judges, and I'd like to ask them to come up on the stage. I'll introduce them, and then they'll take their seats back at the stage. But I want the kids and the families to see and get to know a little bit of who is up here in front of these students, because they've been incredible supporters of this organization. To start, we have Arshay Cooper. I'd like to welcome Arshay to the stage. Arshay is an author, he's an activist, he's a motivational speaker, and he's a protagonist of a well-known film called A Most Beautiful Thing. It's pretty cool when you get to be called a protagonist, which means you did something pretty special if you're the key focus of a movie. But Arshay is someone who is well-recognized around the country. He grew up rowing. He is a two-time recipient of the Golden Oar Award for his contributions to the sport of rowing. He grew up right here on Chicago's west side. And really significantly, Arshay joined and later became the captain of, believe it or not, the United States' first all-black high school rowing team at Manly High School right here in Chicago in 1997. And when we talk about experiences, whether it's experiences like today for these students to speak or an experience like Arshay becoming the captain of the first all-black rowing team, it is no surprise that that experience changed his life and inspired the writings of his novels. He's now written two novels, two best-selling novels. And just recently, in October of 2025, Arshay released his second book. It's called Let Me Be Real With You. It was an instant bestseller. He was letting us know last night that he was ahead of Kamala Harris's book, so that's pretty special. Well done, Arshay. The book is an empowering collection of stories that reflect his personal journey to help navigate the difficulties and challenges with grace, awareness, and hope. And so with that, thank you, Arshay, for being part of our organization. Thank you. You can have a seat down there. Second, I'd like to welcome up Janice Evans. Janice is corporate counsel. Janice is corporate counsel at Cummins, one of the preeminent corporations in America, based here in Indianapolis, not too far from us, where she manages complex commercial disputes and litigation across global markets around the world. Before joining Cummins, she spent 6 years as senior counsel at Uber Technologies' safety and insurance team, where she was overseeing a wide range of issues involving Uber's rideshare and delivery platforms. And she began her career as an associate here in Chicago at Smith Odmundson, representing commercial transportation clients. She is a Chicago native. She earned her undergraduate and law degrees at Washington University in St. Louis before returning back home. She has really connected with her community here. She serves on the board of directors of two Chicago-based nonprofits, one dedicated to supporting Black-led and Black-serving businesses, and another focused on mentoring high school students with an emphasis on graduation and college readiness. We are thrilled to have you here, Janice, so thank you very much. I'd like to welcome up Lisa Gock. Lisa is the Chief Legal Officer at Cetera Financial Group. Lisa, come on up. Lisa joins us each year here from California. She comes up here from California in her role as Executive Legal Advisor to Cetera's Board of Directors. In her prominent role there, she has guided the company through many, many challenges. She began her career in public service, spending 19 years as a litigator in the U.S. Department of Justice and also in the Securities and Exchange Commission in Washington, D.C. She has served also as Assistant United States Attorney in the Criminal Division in the office in the District of Columbia, where she tried over 20 cases before a jury. She's been a wonderful supporter, and thank you, Lisa, for joining us again. It's great to have you. I next want to welcome up Avi Story. Avi is a respected basketball figure. Avi was a former NBA player himself. He was a key leader also as part of the Chicago Sky Foundation. That's where he works today, where he has a very significant role in serving as the executive director of the Chicago Sky Foundation, focusing on youth, education, community empowerment in Chicago, and leveraging his background both as a player and a coach to connect with the city and its wonderful young people. He has held a variety of roles with the Sky, from assistant coach to director of basketball strategy, and he's known to be leveraging his deep roots in Chicago and his holistic approach for player development and community involvement. And we look forward to working with Avi and his initiatives together with our firm and our friends here. So with that, thank you, Avi. We appreciate you being part of this. I'd like to also welcome back one of our special participants. Coming up on the stage is Leanne Trotter. Hey. Leanne is a former NBC5 reporter. She has been with us since the beginning of this event that we started. She was the MC that kind of put us on the map, as we like to say, and we are excited to welcome her back today and giving her the honor to act as a judge in today's program. So we are thrilled to have her. Leanne is a former feature reporter on NBC5 who covered arts and culture and events happening around the city. She was also a regular contributor to NBC5's Making a Difference segments. She also is a Chicago native and worked at CLTV for 8 years, where she hosted the Metro Mix TV show, where she earned a local Emmy and several nominations for Best On-Camera Performance. Leanne, you've done so much for this program and for this event. We can't imagine ever doing it without you, so we're always going to find ways for you to be part of it. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Next, I'd like to welcome to the stage the Honorable Rebecca Pallmeyer. Judge Pallmeyer is a senior judge right here in Chicago at the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois. Very noteworthy, former President Bill Clinton nominated Judge Pallmeyer in 1997 to a seat on the United States District Court here in the Northern District, and she was confirmed by the U.S. Senate in 1998. What's truly amazing is that in 2019, she was appointed to be the Chief Judge of the Northern District of Illinois. And remarkably, what that made and what happened there was it made her the very first woman to be the head, to be the chief of the federal court here in Chicago in its over 200-year history. Quite extraordinary, and we're honored to have you. Judge Pallmeyer has been here since the very beginning. She has chaired our panel of judges, and especially for the students, you get a chance to perform in front of a real live judge. This is what she does every day, one of the most powerful judges in the country, and we couldn't be more pleased for having you be part of this event. So thank you, Judge Pallmeyer. And finally, I'd like to welcome up Kyle Thomas from Optum. Optum is a wonderful organization. Optum is a wonderful organization based up in Minnesota, so Kyle comes to join us each year from Minnesota. They're also part of the United Health Group. Kyle has been here, whether it's by Zoom or flying in. He has been great about never missing an opportunity to join us, so thank you, Kyle, for always making those trips to be here with us. Before joining Optum, Kyle worked at St. Paul Travelers Company Home Services of America. He also worked in the office of the Ramsey County Attorney and also at Berkeley Technology Underwriters. He's also on the board of directors for People Incorporated, dealing with mental health services, and has been doing that for about the last 10 years. It is great to have you here, Kyle. So thank you. And let's give one big extra round of applause for all of our judges here today. And with that, before I ask Kyle, Kyle, I'll have you come right back. I was going to ask Kyle here, and before I have Kyle just go back to his seat, I did want Kyle to just take a moment. He's been with us a long time. He's seen a number of students coming through this, and I thought it'd be really nice for Kyle to just say just a few words to our student participants. With that, I'll turn it over to you, Kyle.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank
you.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I'm extremely excited to be here. This is my 6th year as a judge. As Frank mentioned, I fly in every year because this is important to me. I talk about this event throughout the year, so much so that there are several people back in Minnesota, including my wife Carrie, my kids Olivia and Zach, several of my friends, several of my colleagues who are watching online, because this is an important event and these students are important people. Frank asked me to provide briefly say a couple of words of advice. And my words of advice are this. Number one, Don't let anyone stop you from being successful. Number 2, you will determine what your success is, no one else, right? Don't compare yourself to other people. You'll know what your success is, okay? And number 3 is continue to work hard, right? Times are gonna be tough, things are gonna be difficult, but you have to persevere because our country and the world depends on your success. So, thank you.
That was so true and well said, Kyle. So thank you for sharing that feedback. Before I invite our next guest up here, I did just want to pause to say, with these students here, every one of them is going to get a very nice cash prize at the end of this event. And importantly, they're also going to get brand new HP laptop computers. And you're going to get a signed book from Arshay. So we're really excited to reward the incredible work and effort you have done. So I just want you and your families and those here to know about what you guys are up here for. And we are so excited to have you share in those and to use that laptop for good purposes in your careers ahead. So with that, that's exciting. We've now done this program long enough that we actually have some of our past winners who have moved along in their journeys to success in leadership. And so before we officially start, I wanted to take a moment to invite Peyton Sawyer up here. I see Peyton is there. So Peyton can make her way up here. And Peyton was the first place winner of our 3rd annual program. So come on up, Peyton. Congratulations. We'll have you come up here at the mic. I'm going to say a few words to just set the stage for Peyton, and then we've asked her to say a couple of things. So as I was saying, one of the things we always try to do is take a moment to recognize some of the achievements of our past participants. We like to stay connected with them, and we like to encourage them, and we love being able to speak to their parents, their families, and hear about how they're doing in school. Whitney, who won this as a 5th grader, is now a freshman at Whitney Young Magnet High School, where she is excelling academically and earning high honor roll recognition. She also auditioned and secured a spot on the Guys and Dolls Dance Company at Whitney Young. In addition to her great school commitments, she is enrolled in the Chicago Multicultural Dance Center's pre-professional dance program, where she has had the opportunity to perform throughout the city of Chicago with the Hiplet Next Company. Peyton plans to major in journalism with a minor in dance, and with the goal of maybe someday attending law school. She aspires to become a political analyst, covering elections and political debates. Peyton, you have done some incredible things since you participated in this program. We are looking out at this year's finalists and thought it might be a nice opportunity for you to share any advice or inspiring words you would like to offer them as they prepare to come up to the stage. So with that, I'll turn it over to Peyton Sawyer.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Peyton Sawyer, and I'm a freshman at Whitney Young High School, as well as the 2022 MLK Junior Oratory Competition winner. I would first like to congratulate all the contestants for making it to the finale of the MLK Junior Oratory Competition. Your hard work and dedication has paid off. And also a thank you to all the parents and teachers who helped these students along the way. They wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. In times like these, it is important to remember Dr. King's legacy. This annual competition helps to preserve King's memory by teaching new generations of students about Dr. King and allowing them to use their voices just as he used his. Again, I would like to congratulate all the contestants for making it to the finale of this competition. I know your speeches will have a lasting impact on this community and this room full of people as well. Contestants, you have bright futures, no matter the outcome of this competition. Always try your best, and as a dancer I like to say, leave it out on the floor. Thank you.
Great job, Peyton. It is always such a pleasure to reconnect with Peyton, and thank you for being with us, and thank you, Alicia, your mother, for being here with us today. It's always great to have you. And we will continue to look forward to seeing what future accomplishments you have, and always appreciate the updates on what you are doing. We also have a few other familiar faces here. I thought I'll take a look around. We have invited some of our past winners and competitors that are throughout the room here. Do I see Jesu Delamade Adidiaji? Do we see him here? You can stand up if there, we'll just wave. He was our first place winner in the 2020-2021 competition, so congratulations, thank you for coming back. We also have Harmony Daniels. Is Harmony here? Harmony was our first place winner in the 2024-25 MLK Oratory competition. We also have Ulawafarami Ekamode, and he was our third place winner in 24-25. We have Joy Lee, who was our third place winner. Well done, Joy. And then we also have Aiden Marshall, our second place winner from 2024. It is wonderful to see you all, and I really thank you all for being here with us. It has really become a great big family of participants, your families, our firm, Boys and Girls Club. Couldn't be more appreciative of what we've been building over these years. And to the students, no matter what happens today, of course you are all winners. In fact, you've already won your preliminary rounds and you are going to have a wonderful time. We're going to have some special moments here today to share with you all and you to share with us. And as we said at the top, standing on this stage takes courage. The fact that you are here already shows how brave and how capable you are. Know, as we've been saying, you've heard this from several of us, your voice matters. Your ideas matter. You matter. Be proud of the hard work that you have put in it to get here. Our hope is always that this experience makes you stronger, makes you more confident, and ready for even bigger things ahead. It's these kind of experiences that I think you'll realize in years to come, hopefully how meaningful they were for you and made you realize, as you've heard from some of our other speakers, there is nothing too big that you can't tackle. There is nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it. And so with that, I'm wishing you all the best in your competition, and we'll move on now. And it's my pleasure to introduce today's MC. We have Regina Waldrop from NBC5 Chicago, who will take us through the rest of the event. So with that, thank you, and welcome, Regina.
Hey, good morning. My name is Regina Waldrop. I'm a reporter and anchor at NBC5 for people who still watch the news. I always like to get that out of the way. So when I was asked to be a part of this competition, I said, yes, but I was thinking about growing up. I was part of an oratory competition every Sunday. So my mother had a 6th grade education. My father had a 4th grade education. I am one of 8. But it was something about my voice that my father liked. He put us all in line and he was like, it's something about your voice. So every Sunday, I read the mail. I read the newspapers. I read tax bills. I read magazines. Boy, did I learn how to read. And at some point, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what? I hate doing this. What am I learning here? What is the message? Content, delivery, courage, standing proud, believing in something. That was the message. You have a voice. I understand that assignment now. And that is what I want to impart to you today. You have a voice. Use it. No matter where you come from. Use your voice. And that is what I do every day. But this program, it is about remembering Dr. King. There wouldn't be an MLK holiday on Monday, January 19th without Dr. King. When we think about him, we often remember his famous speeches. But before he became famous, Dr. King was once a kid learning how to use his voice, just like you. What made Dr. King special wasn't that he spoke loudly or used big words. It was that he spoke with purpose. He believed that words could change minds, heal hurt, and help people see a better future. He practiced speaking up for what was right even when it was hard. Dr. King once said that everyone can be great because everyone can serve. Students, when you step onto this stage, you're doing exactly that. You're serving by sharing your ideas, your stories, and your hopes with others. So as you speak today, remember, your voice doesn't have to change the whole world at once, but it can change a moment. It can inspire a person or plant a seed just like Dr. King did with his words. Today, 8th, 4th, and 5th grade students from our 4 CPS schools, along with participants from the Boys and Girls Club of Chicago, will compete. Students will be answering the question, as a student of Dr. King's life, what message of hope do you think he would have for the world today? The students will be judged based on their delivery, content, stage presence, expression, and memorization. Speeches should last between 3 to 5 minutes. Without further ado, let's welcome our first student, Traymond Williams, 5th grade, Boys and Girls Club of Chicago.
In his last speech before his assassination, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "But I know somehow that only when it's dark enough can you see the stars. Today, the darkness I see is the number of homeless people I pass home with my mom. I notice how little empathy the world shows for them. I see it in acts of stealing, discrimination, threats of ICE, and the constant reports of death in the news. Some people don't believe there's a way out of the darkness, but like Dr. King, I know there is. Dr. King showed that love can shine even when the world feels unkind. Kindness, helpfulness, and joy can create a path toward the light." While the world met Dr. King with racism and hate, he preached the importance of showing kindness. He spread the message of love. As a student of his life, I try to do the same. I understand that words have power, and I want to use that power to uplift the people around me. I tell the basketball players on the other team, good game to show sportsmanship. I show empathy for others who may be struggling and try to make them laugh. One of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s biggest fights was for civil rights. He believed in what's right through peace, not violence. He faced hate with courage. He chose love every time. Dr. King taught us to use our words instead of our fists to solve problems. Because of his bravery, I can go to a diverse public school and have the same opportunities as everyone else. One day, I dream of becoming a professional basketball player. When I do, I want to give back to my community for raising money for after-school programs like the ones at the Boys and Girls Club. I'm proud to be a member of the Martin Luther King Jr. Club, where caring staff help me with my homework and cheer me on in my sports goal. I want every kid in Chicago to have the same chances to learn, grow, and dream big. If Dr. King was here today, he would tell us the importance to find joy. He found joy in his religion through his faith in God. I find joy in praying, but I know that it might look different. There's a lot going on in the news in the world, which is why it's so necessary to find joy in your friendships with people. Find joy in celebrating life. Kindness, helpfulness, joy. These are Dr. King messages of hope, guiding us to be the stars that light up in the darkness.
Thank you, Traymond. And now I'd like Kalani Cox-Dimbry, 5th grader at Wendell Smith Elementary.
Hi, my name is Kalani Cox-Dimbry. I want to share the message of hope I believe Dr. King will have for the world right now. Dr. King will want the violence to stop. Too many kids my age and younger are losing their lives to gun violence. If Dr. King were here, he will remind us how precious every child's life is. If Dr. King were here, he would remind us that every soul, someone's baby, someone's family, someone deeply loved, and taking a life does not solve anything, and hurting others will never bring happiness. Dr. King taught that we should not hate, discriminate, nor judge by the color of our skin because we are all human and deserve a safe, peaceful life. We are all unique, and that is something to celebrate, not to fight over. Kids should not have to grow up seeing violence because that is how the cycle continues. And it needs to stop. Dr. King taught that we should not hate, discriminate, nor judge by the color. Dr. King taught that we should not hate, discriminate, nor judge by the color of our skin because we are all human. We are all unique. Dr. King believed nonviolent resistance, standing up for what is right without hurting others. Dr. King said we should resist evil and not people. Even today in 2026, racism still exists. Some groups, including immigrants who come here for a better life, are being treated unfairly. And sometimes our world faces injustice, but Dr. King would encourage us to speak up with courage, kindness, and truth. Dr. King would encourage us to send a message of hope to our leaders and encourage them to make just and fair decisions. Dr. King refused to hate, so we should refuse to hate too. Dr. King believed to keep deep faith in the future. Dr. King's message was 1, learn from your mistakes. 2, help one another. And 3, stop discriminating about people who are different from us. Most of all, Dr. King dreamed of a beloved community, a place where we all could live together. That dream is not dead. It is still our responsibility to make it real. It is still our responsibility to make it real. Dr. King's message still stands strong today. Choose love over hate. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalani. Thank you. We'd now like to welcome to the stage Caden Phelps, 5th grader, Arthur L. Dixon Elementary.
Hello everyone, my name is Caden Kyrie Phelps, a student at Dixon Arthur Elementary School, and today I would like to talk about Dr. King's message of hope for the world today. Dr. King was born on January 15th, 1929, and sadly left this world on April 4th, 1968. This incredible and proud man made protests and marches to help blacks. He did this because back then segregation was a huge thing. blacks had to use different things, such as bathrooms, water fountains, and more. Dr. King believed that we should all have equal rights. Now, let's go back to the bus boycott of 1955, one of Dr. King's most famous boycotts. Back on December 5th, 1955, Ms. Parks wanted to boycott the bus company due to its mistreatments on blacks. This went on for 381 days from December 5th, 1955 to December 20th, 1956. All because of Dr. King's help, that happened. Let's go back to the question. As a student of Dr. King's life, a message of hope he will have is that we are doing pretty good, but we have a long way to go. He will also say that if we put our minds on something we want to achieve, we'll be able to reach it. He will most likely say this because racism started in the 1800s and is sadly still going on in 2026, so we have to make a change in the world. If we do make a change, I think that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. will be proud to see how he made a huge impact on the black communities. So, remember, if we put our minds on our achievements, we'll be able to reach them. Our achievement is to make sure that all colors are equal, to make sure people feel comfortable in their own skin, and lastly, to treat everyone with respect. So, with that being said, Dr. King will have a lot of things to say about today. Some good, some bad. But the thing is that we're still learning, day by day. We might have racism still, but we have made a huge amount of progress from back then. Some examples are that we had a black president named Barack Obama, a black female ran for president named Kamala Harris, and women are able to vote. This proves that most of the racist actions are now anti-racist. All of us need to work on treating people with respect, and I think we can achieve that goal. Thank you, Foley and Larner, for taking the time to listen to my speech.
Thank you so much, Caden. We'd now like to welcome Azaria Brown, fourth grader, Joseph Warren Elementary.
As a student of Dr. King's life, what message of hope do I think people have for the world today? Hi, my name is Azaria Brown. I am a proud Wildcat at Joseph Warren Elementary School. As a student of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life, I believe his message for today would sound like this. The world is a garden, and Dr. King planted seeds of respect, hard work, and kindness. I think if Dr. King were alive today, a message he would have is be respectful, working hard, and be an example for people. Dr. King was always mindful, helpful, and inspiring. He was mindful in how he treated people. He was helpful because he used his power to help others find their power. He was inspiring because he encouraged people to fight for a better world. Our community, he stayed committed to nonviolence. Violence is never the answer to the key. We should all be respectful and helpful, just like Dr. King. As a student, our community environment is in trouble. So stop doing things you know it's not good. But no matter what color you are, no one should be bullied because Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wouldn't like that, and neither would I. Everyone in the world deserves respect. Wait, let me say that again. Everyone deserves respect, but that's something people don't have because you wouldn't be bullying anyone if you had respect. So think about it. If they had something going on at home or around them and you're bullying them, how can it affect them? Think about it. It can affect them in many kinds of ways. So that's why we all need to be responsible, have respect for others and ourselves, because at the end of the day, we're being disrespectful and not accountable for our actions. So think twice before you do something. Also, Dr. King will want us to keep hoping to make it through life to get what we want or wish for, because that's what he would want. So we need to continue doing the best we could to get what we want or wish for. Lastly, Dr. King will want us to keep dreaming and wishing for the best so we can get the best. In conclusion, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did everything he could while alive, so we need to do everything we could while we have the time. And again, my name is Azaria Brown. I'm a proud Wildcat at Joseph Warren Elementary School. Thank you.
Thank you, Azaria. We'd now like to welcome Hannah Coleman, fourth grader, Boys and Girls Clubs of Chicago.
When I was 5, I wanted to play basketball and do flips, but not at the same time. I have 3 older brothers who do layups and trick shots, and I want to be just like them. At the Boys and Girls Club, I was doing back bends up in the gym, while my friends, Maya and Ada, were doing backflips. I wanted to do the same thing. While practicing, I fell a few times. I was discouraged, but I kept going. That's called perseverance. Now you're looking at someone who could do a step back shot and flip 6 times in a row. Dr. Luther King showed perseverance too. He once said, "We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope." I know what that means. When I failed, it was disappointing, but I didn't let that stop me. Dr. Luther King teaches us that when things go wrong, we can still hold on to hope and keep trying. What is hope? To me, hope is wishing constantly. It is a form of positivity while things have improved since the civil rights movement. This world hasn't completely gotten rid of racism and violence. I've seen it in person and it made me wonder how this can be so evil. Dr. Luther King dedicated his life to fighting this evil in order for the world to have a bright future. Today, I have hope for the world. I believe people can change the way they see and treat others. I have hope for my family to have a long, happy life. I have hope for my neighbors to be safe, and I have hope for my friends to have success. When something is hard, I tell myself, if anybody could do it, I could do it. When I'm older, I'm gonna be a doctor because I want to help others. This won't be easy, but I believe in myself. Just like I believed in myself how to do layups and flips. I'm not a quitter, and neither was Dr. Luther King. He faced depression, jail, violence, and showed up every day to lead a revolution for his people. He gave speeches that made people feel like change was possible. Today, Dr. Luther King taught us that hope is powerful and courage is necessary. I'm learning that every fall is a chance to rise. If we keep trying and never give up, we can change the world and maybe even change ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. We'd now like to welcome Alana Atwood, 5th grader, Wendell Smith Elementary.
Greetings, fellow people. My name is Alana Atwood, and today I pause to deliver a message of hope. As a student from the South Side of Chicago, a message that I believe will carry my classmates and future generations all the way to the mountaintop. Dr. King's teaching was built on dedication, drive, positivity, and most importantly, hope. Hope that we'll rise up, live with purpose, and become the leaders our world needs. But before we understand his message of hope, we must understand who he was and how he inspired millions to do what is right. That was hope then, and it is the hope for today. Dr. King's message in the 1960s still stands today, just like the treasured recipes handed down from our ancestors. Do you know what he fought for? Well, let me tell you. Dr. King hoped, no, he believed that everyone deserved equal rights, equal housing, equal job opportunities, equal education, and the list goes on. On April 4th of 1968, Dr. King was tragically shot while standing on a balcony, but his death did not end his mission. His legacy of hope did not die. It lives in us. Dr. King said we must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. The right message of hope is to be compassionate and respectful. I remember another powerful speech from Dr. King. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great of a burden to bear. We do not want to carry a heavy load of hate. So let compassion arise in us. Let compassion arise in our communities. Let compassion arise in our homes. And as a student, let compassion arise in my classroom and in the hearts of my classmates. Dr. King taught that nonviolence is a powerful and just weapon. Yet today, too many people choose violence before choosing their words. Too many people choose their hands before choosing to understand. But the message of hope is to use the power of our words, not to be disrespectful, but to heal, to help, and to unite. Hope also means advocating for social, political, and economic rights for all people. These are challenging times, but as a student, I can work to strengthen what is happening in my community today. Just as Dr. King left a legacy for his children, Dexter, Bernice, and Yolanda, I am too a legacy of hope, a legacy of possibility, a legacy of change. The freedom that we have today is the freedom that Dr. King fought for. Not so we can be mean to one another, not so we can be disrespectful to one another, but so we can live together with dignity and love. If Dr. King saw us today, I believe he will say, have faith in everything you pursue. Show dignity, respect, and accountability. Lead by example. Pay attention to the issue in your community. Find something that troubles you, learn about it, and work to fix it. And I agree with him, because change should always start with us. And the good news is this: you can change anytime, any day, any week, any year. If what you're doing isn't right, don't do it. If it is right, keep going. Either way, you have the power to change. This is Alana Atwood from Wendell Smith Elementary School. Thank you.
Thank you, Alana. And coming to the stage next is Angeloloa Ekamode, fourth grader, Joseph Warren Elementary.
As a student of Dr. King's life, what's the message of hope I think he would have for the world today? Hi, my name is Anjola Ekamode, a fourth grade attending Joseph Warren Elementary School. Today, I'll be talking about what's the message of hope I think Dr. King will have for us today. If Dr. King were here with us today, I believe his message of hope would shine brightly across the world. He would remind us that even though times have changed, the dream he shared is not finished. His visions are goals set to be achieved through peaceful protest and peace. His voice will call us to stand together, to treat everyone with kindness, and to never lose faith in the power of love. Before I dive into the poll of discussion today, let me elaborate on how hope is defined. Hope is defined as a mental focus or feeling of anticipation regarding future's outcome. Either of something wants to happen or wishes to be true. What Dr. King wishes to be true is how we, as an individual, a group, community, organization, and as an American, to build the hope of our future generation to shine justice system, ensure equality among different races, genders, and ethnicity. Dr. Martin Luther King will look at our world today where rules of faith and fairness, where there's violence, where some hearts are divided. He will tell us, and I quote, "Do not give up." He says, "Hope is stronger than hate, and light will always win over darkness." He would remind us that every child, no matter their color, language, or background, deserves a chance to learn, to dream, and to live in peace. As a student of Dr. King, he will want us to our voices for good. He will tell us that our words matter, our choices matter, and our actions change the future. He would encourage us to keep dreaming, not just for ourselves, but for our neighborhoods, our schools, and for the world. Dr. Martin Luther King once said, and I quote, "Faith is taking the first step, even when we don't see the whole staircase. Today, that means believing we can make a difference, even when it's hard." His message of hope is clear. Keep the dream alive. Keep believing peace is possible. Keep treating others with respect. Keep lifting others up, because every time we choose kindness, we move the dream close to reality. I believe if Dr. King were here with us today, he would smile at us in the next journey and say, you are the dream. You are the hope. Now go make the world better than you found it. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. And next to the stage, Justice Hansard, 4th grader, Arthur L. Dixon Elementary.
Hi, I'm Justice Aubrey Hanser, and I'm a student at Arthur Dixon Elementary. I'm here today to talk about being a student of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life and his message of hope. To me, Dr. King's message of hope means treating people the way you want to be treated, showing kindness to everyone, and never judging or hurting someone because of the color of their skin. Hope means believing that things can get better if we work together. Now, let's take it back to Dr. King's famous I Have a Dream speech, his most powerful speech. His words didn't just make people listen, they made people feel, they made people think, and most importantly, they made people want to create change. Dr. King dreamed of a world where children of every color could live together, learn together, and play in peace. When I think about his dream, I realize something important. We are the children he was talking about. We are the ones who can keep his dream alive. Dr. King once said, the time is always right to do what is right. So today, wait, oh my God, bro. I skipped a whole part. Dr. King dreamed of a world where children of every color could learn together, play together, and live together in peace. When I think about his dream, I realize something important. We are the children he was talking about. We are the ones who can keep his dream alive. Dr. King once said, the time is always right to do what is right. So today, I choose to do what is right. I choose hope, I choose kindness, and I choose to help build the world that Dr. King dreamed of, a world where everyone has a chance to shine. My name is Justice Aubrey Hanser, and together we can carry Dr. King's dream forward, not just today, but every day. Thank you. I forgot.
Thank you, Justice. Can we get a round of applause just for everyone who came up here this morning? So now it comes down to the really hard time for these judges. They're going to start deliberating, and during that time, you can get up, stand up, stretch your legs, use the restroom, grab a drink, and we'll reconvene back here at noon to announce our winners. Okay. So, the judges, let me tell you, this was really a tough decision for them to make. I was up there and all the deliberating that was going on, it was hard for them to, find the finalists and then find the winners. But they made it happen. And so we have Frank and we have Judge Rebecca Pallmeyer up here on stage to help congratulate each finalist as they're announced to the stage to present them with an award and letter from Governor Pritzker. So let's start with the finalists. Traymond Williams, 5th grader, Boys and Girls Club of Chicago. Kalani Cox-Dembry, 5th grader, William Smith Elementary. Justice Hansard, 4th grader, Arthur L. Dixon Elementary. Azaria Brown, 4th grader, Joseph Warren Elementary. Hannah Coleman, 4th grader, Boys and Girls Club of Chicago. And those are our finalists. Can we get a round of applause for all of our finalists? Amazing, weren't they amazing? So our 3rd place winner, Anjadolala Ekamunde, 4th grader, Joseph Warren Elementary. Our 2nd place winner, Caden Phelps, 5th grader, Arthur L. Dixon. Our 1st place winner, Alana Atwood, 5th grader, Wendell Smith Elementary. Thank you all so much. You can go back to your seats now. Thank you. One more round of applause for all of them, please. I want to thank you so much for having me this morning. It has been an honor to be part of this inspirational event. Please join me in welcoming Frank back to the stage to share his closing remarks. And as he is here right now, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge his leadership in bringing this program to life in this city. This is my first of many years participating as an MC in this program. And just based off of the experience I had today, I can tell you that this is an inspirational, positive event. And I want to thank Foley and Lardner and their commitment and passion behind this event. Frank?
Thank you so much, Regina, and congratulations again to all of our finalists. Really unbelievable what you put on for us here. I did, before we wrap up, I did want to just take a moment to thank some of the people that have made this possible. Cassie Spauer of our Foley and Lardner office, wonderful job. Chris Culver, our office administrator, awesome job, Chris. We started this 7 years ago, and Fran Zeiger was there by my side when we started, so thank you, Fran, for doing that. And I see in the office here, we've had a number of folks from our office, whether it was associates, business professionals, they helped judge some of the finalists. They also come here to support us. So thank you to all of you from Foley that came out here, in addition to all the wonderful parents, guardians, school administrators. Thank you for all that support. The other thing we did this year for the first time, I look out in the room and I see Fran Zeiger's daughter, Elena, here. And I brought my two kids, Luke and Ava Pasquazi, and it's the second generation. The first time we're bringing kids to this, so we've really grown in this. We're parents as well, and I feel a pit in my stomach because I know how hard it is to see what these kids are doing, how hard they've worked, and I couldn't be more proud. So well done to all of our wonderful finalists today. On behalf of Foley and Lardner, all of us here, on behalf of the Chicago Public Schools, and on behalf of the Boys and Girls Club, we've been fortunate to have some incredible partnerships that make this really a possibility, and no greater way to honor Dr. King than to kick off the weekend with this kind of event. And to our participants, as you know, some are fourth graders and some are fifth graders. To our fourth graders, we look forward to hopefully welcoming you back next year. This was a really neat experience for you, and we look forward. We've had many people repeat and come back. To our fifth graders, we hope you will carry on Dr. King's legacy and remain members of this community in a strong way where your voice is heard every opportunity you have. It has been a true pleasure to see your familiar faces. Many of these kids, we've seen their siblings come through. We've seen them come back a second time. And we are always so excited to get updates, just like we did with Peyton, hear what they're accomplishing, and couldn't be more proud to cheer them on. With that, as we get ready to wrap up, just like we started, we had such a moving rendition of Stand Up to get us started in the day. We are now, just before we conclude, I'd like to welcome back to the stage for the second time the incredible students of the Arthur L. Dixon Elementary School Choir for a final performance. They're going to sing Lovely Day for us, and so we'll let them take the stage and look forward to hearing their beautiful voices.
And so
Wow, wow. They started us with a beautiful rendition of Stand Up that moved me, had me almost in tears, to now making me want to dance and celebrate. And I won't do that. But can't think of a more fitting way to wind this down. And it is a truly lovely day when we can all be here together and celebrating Dr. King and hearing from these incredible voices of our finalists. So why don't you please join me one more time for a round of applause for our beautiful choir. Thank you. And with that, I'd just like to wrap up by thanking you all for being here. It's so great to see so many familiar faces, some new faces. I hope this touched your hearts a little bit and leaves us in a better place than we started the day. We look forward to welcoming you all back to join us as we celebrate our 8th annual one next January. And with that, we wish you safe travels and enjoy this beautiful weekend. Thank you.